Peace be with you, my dear brothers and sisters, and God bless you abundantly. My dear friends, it is time for us to repent. It is time for us to accept the teachings of Jesus Christ, to accept the word, to accept the bread of life, and not just only believe in him, but it is time for us to be born again. We can only go to heaven unless we are born again. So today, we are rounding up with John chapter 6 from verse 60 to 70. Many of his followers heard this and said, "This teaching is too hard. We can't listen to it." Why is this teaching too hard for most Christians? Because we want to continue to live in the flesh. We want to continue to feed our desires. We want to continue to live a very sinful life. We want to be in the middle between God and the world. My dear brothers and sisters, it is time for us to repent. It is time for us to be born again, my dear brothers and sisters. And when we don't have such a mentality, the teachings of Jesus Christ becomes hard because we are not of the spirit, but we are of the flesh. That is why the spirit, the body is willing, but the spirit is weak. Why? Because we choose to be lukewarm Christians. We believe that just by believing in Jesus Christ, you are saved. My dear brothers and sisters, it is a long journey. You must accept Christ, his teachings, and be born again of the Spirit. Without being told, Jesus knew that they were grumbling about this. So he said to them, "Does this make you want to give up? Suppose then that you should see the Son of Man, go back up to the place where he was before. What gives life is God's Spirit. Man's power is of no use at all." So my dear brothers and sisters, it is God's Spirit that is very, very important to us. It is God's Spirit that gives us power. And that is why Jesus Christ says that we can only worship God in spirit and in truth. The words I have spoken to you brings God's life-giving spirit. Yet some of you do not believe. Jesus knew from the very beginning who were the ones that will not believe and which one will betray him. And he added, "This is the very reason I told you that no one can come to me unless the Father makes it possible for him to do so." Because of this, many of Jesus' followers turned back and will not go with him anymore. So he asked the 12 disciples, "And you, will you also like to leave?" Simon Peter answered him, "Lord, to whom we will go? You have the words that give eternal life, and now we believe and know that you are the Holy One who has come from God." Jesus replied, "I chose the 12 of you, did not I? Yet one of you is a devil." He was talking about Judas, the son of Simon Iscariot. For Judas, even though he was one of the 12 disciples, was going to betray him. So my dear brothers and sisters, Jesus Christ is inviting all Christians today to repent and to be born of the Spirit, to accept his words and teachings. Because only by being born of the Spirit, being born again, that you can go to heaven. My dear brothers and sisters, may God bless you abundantly and have a beautiful day.